everyone. Thank you those that were able to stick around. We are winding down. The last thing we have on the agenda is the employer panel.
So good afternoon. My name is Kelley Cornish, and I am here today from Hands from the Heart Home Health Care Services. I am their Vice President of Human Resources. And I'm just excited to be here. If you think about healthcare, and I was just listening earlier to a lot of the conversation, and the way healthcare is going, we're really moving into a phase of healthcare, and everything has trends. And with healthcare, you'll see a lot of positionings open up around personal healthcare aides, home healthcare aides, and the RN population will shoot up within the next 5 to 10 years. And that's for a few reasons. The Healthcare Reform Act that's been passed, the legislation around that, and just a lot of insurance companies, the whole insurance reform and everything that's changing, which is mandating that more people actually recover at home than they do in nursing homes and hospitals, and research shows that recovery is a lot faster. So because of that, it's a whole shift around healthcare. And so we need people that will help. And in that, what does that work look like? It looks like people that can assist from a companionship level, from helping people with exercising, coming out of rehab. Think about over here in his background. The nurses that can come out of the facility can work in homes and work with families. So the social services aspect of it. So when you think of home health care services, the industry is really predicted to really just soar. So that's why we're here, to help you think about how you can take some of your background and hopefully transfer your skills into our area if you're thinking about healthcare. My background very quickly, I've been in healthcare for about 8 to 10 years. I was director of human resources at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia for about 6 years. I also handled their diversity and inclusion platform, which had our veteran preference piece in that. So we had the opportunity to really work with that piece of the work as well. So I'm just happy to be here today and look forward to answering any questions if you're really interested in healthcare and just HR in general. That's my background, that's my field. I've been in it, steeped in it for a long time. So look forward to helping you today. Thanks.
I guess what would be the #1 tip that you would want to really kind of convey to the veterans in terms of their job search or in terms of resume writing and that sort of thing? And I know earlier you were kind of doing the employer panel a little bit when you were, giving your insight, but just, I see you got some notes there, Kelley, but, just kind of give, your insight that you'd like for them to actually kind of grasp.
Yeah, I think what I would do, as I was thinking, and I will just really just take from the conversation that we heard earlier, I cannot stress the importance of social media and really getting your information on something like LinkedIn. That is, and I almost call it, we term it the hidden job market. I know personally recruiters that use nothing but LinkedIn. That's all they use. They don't go to a paper, they don't do newspaper, they don't do anything else. They live on LinkedIn. And if you don't have a presence, you're missing out on everything that has anything to do with any type of active job. So, when he was really talking about that, if you have the opportunity to sit down and work with someone on a professional profile, that would be great. It just speaks volumes right now. That's where it's going. So those areas called the hidden job market, and that whole word of mouth. I also received very active at my church, and someone sent something to the church secretary and said, we only want to fill this position through this email. We only want to fill this through the network. And those are different types of hidden networks that you have to get involved. You have to be involved with things that are beyond tradition, that are beyond newspaper, that are beyond what you would think. You go out and you say, okay, I'm going to do what we used to do even 5 years ago is not working. So, my mind is blown at least once a week on something new that's out there around how people are filling these positions. So, and the last point I'll make to that is, it's really, unemployment is high, yes, but are people hiring? Yes, we're here, they're hiring. So you're going to have to figure out what is the niche, what is the strategy people are using to get these jobs. Because people are hiring every day, all day. There are positions. I mean, I was in an organization where we would have like 1,400 open requisitions on any given day. That meant that 1,400 jobs were meant to be had. So people are hiring every day. So the key is, what am I not doing that I need to be doing that looks different? So I think Tracy said earlier, think outside of the box. This is a different paradigm. I mean, you're going to have to really be diligent about thinking differently because what worked even 2 or 3 years ago is not working. And the main reason is because of technology, I would say, is because of technology. That's where I would start. We were talking earlier about your resume. We did mention email address, but phone number is really important, and where your phone number goes to, your voicemail. I know, just sitting with a group of directors and other HR people, when it has to go to a song and it waits, and you have to wait a long time, they will hang up. That's something else along with your email address that you want to clean up a little bit.
We don't want to hear sweet home Alabama.
No, that's one thing, and all of this is around presentation and image. That's you before they even see you. Your email address and your phone and your voicemail. And people, and I have a son now in college, and and I'm telling him that now, clean up the Facebook, all that stuff, all of that, because to your point earlier, and we were talking, people even Google to find out what's going on with you and your background.
One of the things, yeah.
So, just be mindful that presentation is everything, and when you're looking for a job, you're always interviewing. Today you're interviewing, you don't even know it. You're always interviewing, so be mindful of where you go, how you look, what you're bringing forth. Because anytime you could meet somebody and they can be desperate to hire someone, and if your skill set and your personality match, but the rest of the outfit doesn't, and that's including the email address, the voicemail, all of that. They may be okay with you, but they can't sell you to their colleagues. And it's not just, they're not just a hiring face. Your resume and your background touches at least 4 to 5 people before someone says yes, usually in an organization. So just kind of know that. And then the last piece we talked about earlier about the phone interview, depending on the size of the company, sometimes your phone interview is just a screening. And the screening is usually the first line of recruiter or the talent. Sometimes you hear the term talent acquisition manager, or talent acquisition leader, or recruiter. That's a new term. The terms change in HR all the time. But that's them trying to see if you're fit for the culture. You might be a fit on paper, but just through conversation. They're listening for voice. They're listening to see if verbs and nouns and subjects and verbs match up. Seriously, they're listening to see if they can even bring you into the organization. So sometimes the phone screening, sometimes you think it's a phone interview, but it's a screening to see if they can even get you to their leader or to the person that needs to start making the hiring decision. So it's a process. It's not just, here's my resume. It's a lot of nuances, and it's because it's a lot of choices. A lot of people out of work right now, and it's a lot of A-game people that can just bring an A-game any day at any time. So people have choices right now. So you're going to have to begin to think about your total package and what some of your options are, and really think about it's the little things. It's usually, you guys have great skills. You brought some great skills into this workplace that I know when we were hiring in a really large organization, we were looking for these leadership skills, the dependability, loyalty, longevity, all of that. We knew that was coming from the military. We knew that. The president of the hospital was like, yes, this is great. But it was that other piece that we had to begin to work on, So those are just some things that I wrote down from the talks earlier that I think, those little things that I think might get you not to make it past that next stage.